this second multi-video based on the second model of the DigiRUR project. In this second multi-video, we're going to talk on how to start an e-commerce business. So it's important that if you want to be your own boss, if you want to take charge of your future and start a new e-commerce, it can be an option starting an e-commerce. But it's important then to know how to start with this process. Okay, so first important thing is do a research. It's important to do a research based on knowing your market. So which type of market do you have in front of you, where you are going to launch your product or service, also to who you are offering a new product or service, who will be your audience, your target segmentation. So it's important to know the needs, the problems, the concerns that your audience, that your customers may have, in order to make sure that your product or service solve their problems, their needs, their aims. Also, it's important to know your competitors. Do a competitor research is something important. Why? Because then you may know what your competitors are doing well, or what your competitors are doing not as well as they should, or what are their improvement, or what they really need to improve. And then you may find there a niche. A third thing important to research is the cost related to your product or service. Not only to your product or service, but also related with an e-commerce. Once you have developed this research, it's also important to develop a description about your product or service. So knowing very well what do you want to offer to your customers, to get your product and find suppliers that can supply with raw materials or with the needed material to offer your product or service. Also, it's important to name your business. So think about a name that defines the product or service that you are offering very well. Another important issue is a business plan. So there is another multi-video which help you to elaborate, to create your own business plan. So it's important to follow that video step by step and prepare a detailed business plan. Then the fifth step is define all the aspects related to your brand. It's important to think about your brand, your name, how you are going to differentiate yourself against your competitors. So what makes you unique? Based on your uniqueness, you can define your own strategy, which is the strategy that your company, that your business is going to follow. And make sure that all your workers or your team members know perfectly well your objectives, your strategy. Then, if you are planning to create an e-commerce, you will need a website or a free online store to start your e-business. And also, you need to think on how you are gonna deal with different channels, such as social media, email, Google Ads, etc. The very last part, but not less important, is to define your key performance indicators. So how you are going to measure your performance. I hope this email helps you in your process of creating your e-commerce. Thank you very much.